In the hallowed halls of Sarah Lawrence College, a prestigious institution known for nurturing young minds, a sinister presence took root. Larry Ray, a man with a troubled past, moved into his daughter's dormitory under the guise of seeking solace. But what unfolded was a descent into manipulation, abuse, and control that would shock the nation. This is the story of how one man orchestrated a psychological prison, turning promising students into pawns in his twisted game. Welcome to Killer Mindset. Subscribe now to delve into the darkest corners of the human psyche. Larry Ray, born Lawrence Greco in 1959, had a history of manipulation and deceit. In 2010, after serving time in prison, he moved into his daughter Talia's dorm at Sarah Lawrence College. Presenting himself as a father figure and mentor, he began to ingratiate himself with her roommates. He claimed to be a former Marine and CIA operative, sharing tales of international exploits and psychological expertise. The students, young and impressionable, were captivated by his charisma and worldly knowledge. But beneath the surface, Ray was laying the groundwork for a manipulative scheme that would span a decade. Ray's influence grew as he conducted therapy sessions with the students, delving into their personal lives and vulnerabilities. He used this information to isolate them from their families and assert control over their actions. Vanity Fair. He accused them of imaginary transgressions, demanding confessions and restitution. Through psychological manipulation, he extorted over $1 million from his victims, forcing some into prostitution and unpaid labor. One victim, Claudia Drury, testified that Ray coerced her into sex work, taking the earnings under the guise of repayment for fabricated damages. She recounted, "I became a prostitute," highlighting the depth of his control. The facade began to crumble in 2019 when New York Magazine published an exposé detailing Ray's manipulative tactics. The article prompted federal authorities to investigate, leading to his arrest in February 2020. During the trial, victims shared harrowing accounts of abuse, manipulation, and psychological torment. The court heard how Ray's methods mirrored those of other notorious cult leaders, employing isolation, degradation, and control to dominate his victims. In April 2022, Larry Ray was convicted on multiple charges, including sex trafficking, extortion, and forced labor. He was sentenced to 60 years in prison, a term that ensures he will spend the rest of his life behind bars. The case has been the subject of documentaries and dramatizations, shedding light on the psychological manipulation and abuse perpetrated by Ray. Survivors continue to rebuild their lives, grappling with the trauma inflicted during their time under his control. The Larry Ray case serves as a chilling reminder of the power of manipulation and the vulnerability of those seeking guidance. It underscores the importance of vigilance and the need to question those who wield undue influence over others. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the darkest corners of the human psyche. Subscribe to Killer Mindset for more stories that uncover the truth behind the most disturbing crimes.